If the glove fits.
Oh, did I ever tell you? Of course I didn't. Why would I? That, oh shit. Okay, sorry.
By the way, I can hear a police action outside of one of your homes.
Yes, that's me.
Yeah. Baron got blocked by O.J. Simpson on Twitter.
Your high school age son got blocked for what?
It was at the beginning of COVID, and he had this video of him literally washing his money with rubber gloves on, and Baron was like, "Oh, I see you got the gloves to fit."
He must have spent a fucking a full 24-hour blocking every single person on Twitter, because it must have been the same joke 100,000 times.
Yep. Okay, now we're live.
Okay. All right, let's clap it in.
Oh, okay.
Hi.
Oh! Yowza! What's up, guys? It's On Fire Tonight with Josh and Tressa. We are joined once again by our Kingdom Correspondent, Christopher Pravdica, the one and only.
What's up?
Sup. Tressa, give us a sup.
Sup?
Okay, so we are about to talk about Kingdom, Season 1, Episode 5. We're going to spoil the shit out of everything, so in case you tuned in to us before watching it, go watch the show. Now you're back. Now we're going to have a freewheeling conversation. Guys, what did you think of this episode?
Well, finally the pace is slowing down.
Okay, good.
Again.
I thought it was just me, and I felt bad, so thank you. It got good at the... yeah.
Oh, were you not into it?
I was not at first. At first, I was like, this is kind of a slog. And then, like, halfway through, I was like, all right, we're getting into it.
I appreciated the fact that they slowed it down, because not only are they introducing new characters, but they're introducing new plot twists and, like, aspects of the court intrigue, the relationships of different people to each other. And I think that, like, I, as an audience member, sort of need to be able to take that in.
Yeah, this was like a keystone episode. Bridging
Totally.
the beginning to the end. But not very... It had some exciting bits.
It did.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
There was really some great details in it, but... I don't know.
We have flashbacks. We get, like, a couple... You know, we don't get full answers on things, but we get, like, some background on a few people. Anyway, let's get it rolling.
Okay, let's do
We start
that.
out, it's night. We've got our homies, Li Chang, Mu Young, So Bi, and Yang Shen are all on the road.
Camping.
In the middle of the night.
Yeah. And
Feeling somewhat relaxed.
yeah, they
Yeah.
seem like totally chill for
Yeah.
people that know that zombies attack at night.
Yeah, they were totally, like, fine. They were telling ghost stories. It was great. And the nurse lady, what's her name?
So Bi.
Sobi. Okay, I'm going to remember that. No, I'm not.
It's
She's
like a
going to
drink.
go... Yes, with, like, pearls in it.
I think
Wait, that's a
I'm
different
pronouncing that right. I'm
Yeah,
probably getting the stress
it is.
wrong.
I
Dude.
think Sobi is just right.
So Bi?
Yeah.
Okay.
So be
She...
it.
Nice. She's collecting herbs because everyone's got wounds. They were all, like, doing shit. They've all got wounds, so she's going to help everyone. And she's picking herbs.
Yeah, and you've got Li Chang. He's blaming himself for the peasants' deaths.
His privilege is showing.
A
He wanted
bit.
to be different.
I mean, it's hard, right? Like, he's trying to be different, and he did save their lives, but also they
Reality
died
is smacking the
because
shit out
he's
of
a
them.
target.
Yeah. That's rough.
Yeah. So Mu Yang, like Yang Shen is like off doing recon for a minute. Mu Yang expresses some deep suspicion about Yang Shen to the prince. He's like, that dude is way too good with a rifle. He might be a member of like the elite tiger hunter squad.
Which means he's ruthless and toothless.
Yeah, and he's had to make... And, like, the prince understands that being a member of that squad means you've had to make incredibly difficult decisions. Maybe that even means, like, they know that those tiger dudes eat people when they have to or something.
Okay, thank you. I was just about to ask.
I think. I mean, I don't know.
No,
like, it was
I don't
like...
think it was about that specifically. It was just about that they would do anything to survive. Absolutely anything.
Right, anything.
Survive.
No.
And he relates to that because as the prince, he also has to do absolutely anything to survive.
So,
Totally.
Well, my question
Totally.
was, I feel so stupid. This whole show makes me feel like a fucking idiot. When they say tiger squad, like, are they, or a tiger hunting squad, are they talking about literal tigers? Or are they
Yeah.
talking about a set of people called tiger? Okay.
No. Like, okay, I mean, I could be wrong about this, but, like, this is like 500 years ago when you could
Right.
literally just be walking about doing your daily shit and, like, a wolf or a tiger
Sure.
or a lion would gore you.
Right.
Like,
But the
they
way
know the date of the last wolf killed in different countries around the world where, like, the final wolves were killed because they had squads for it. In fact, going back to Roman times, they had the luparii. I'm gonna say, I think it's Luparii, and they were the wolf squad of ancient Rome, and like that carried down throughout like European countries, like in different, like under different names for hundreds of years afterwards.
I thought that it was literal, but the way that Mu Yong talked about it, it just seemed like I don't understand why these hunters would be so ruthless and why it mattered that much. I mean, obviously tigers are going to kill you, but at the same time, it made him sound ruthless towards people, not just animals.
He made the point was that to be in the tiger squad, you don't have to be trained through proper military channels, and that you could just be picked out of obscurity because you were a brutal killer, and so he could be just some, have no allegiance to anyone except because that's why the tiger squad stands aside from special military forces, because they're just ruthless kill. They can be like the worst of the worst.
But also, like, to build on that point, they exist outside of the caste system. So under ordinary circumstances, you'd only have like highborn nobles that had the best military training. But for this tiger squad, you could be like an untouchable and pulled in, and by virtue of being a member of the tiger squad, you are... It's like you exist outside of the caste system.
So you never know who you're dealing with in a tiger squad. From everybody else in the caste system, so they don't trust them.
Think about it sort of like a witch doctor. Like a witch doctor exists outside of society, and they are, in some aspects, lower than the people in charge, but considered more powerful than.
Right. You guys, thank you, because I feel like the whole thing was glossed over, like Tiger Squad, whatever.
Well, they didn't explain it, and
Right.
we're kind of making guesses at parts of it.
No, you guys are experts as far as I'm concerned.
Mu Young seems to be on top of it. And he gave us enough information that it's dubious to trust them.
Right.
So Yongshin comes back from doing recon. He's like, the local villagers have almost all fled. They're like running scared, like they've heard about the disease. Sobi, like, she's out gathering some herbs, and she hears footsteps and some strange noises, and she sees someone, and she comes running because there's a monster in the woods.
No.
And they gather together to protect and fight. But it's not a monster.
Who is it?
It's Governor Cho, our dumb fucking idiot. And he's bloody and filthy, and his hair is a wretched
Oh,
mess.
no.
Yeah, and it's
smitten.
Yeah, like the worst thing that could ever happen to him is not to be like busted by the prince for abandoning him, but he's seen in this way by his crush.
Yeah, for sure. Since 7th grade.
He's so embarrassed.
How wild is it that he even survived that, though?
Right? He very quickly explains, like, the boat was completely overwhelmed. We were fucked. There were zombies.
And the boat's on its way to Sanju.
He might have done the Walking Dead technique, the Whisperer technique, because he looked like a zombie. Maybe they left him alone.
No.
Oh, is that a thing? Like,
I mean, he
you
looked
can
just
camouflage
like
yourself as a zombie?
Oh yeah.
It's great.
That's
I mean,
like Predator. If you smear mud on
Yeah.
yourself, you're like invisible to the heat vision.
They do it
Yeah.
in like the second episode of Walking
Yeah.
Dead.
and then it starts to rain and it all goes downhill. It's great. Yeah, so then we see the boat and it lands on a beach. Right?
Right,
Yeah.
like so the
It
boat
runs
like
ashore.
yeah, like the prince and his gang understand that like the boat is headed for Sangju, like you said, and that it's going to pass through lots of towns and it's going to be a danger to all of them.
Yep.
There's a festival happening in a village that we see.
Really weird festival.
Yeah, there's like somebody doing some tightrope walking or something.
Blade walking.
Yeah.
Blade walking?
Blade walking.
She's
yeah.
like dancing on a blade.
She's got bamboo stilts and standing barefoot on two blades.
They've got a giant pig that's going to be food. And you see, like, in the crowd, there are a couple of villagers that are just talking about, like, have you heard about this disease? It's coming or something. I don't know what it is.
Lots of whispers, lots of rumors.
Right. So, like, and then we cut to Lord Anyang. And he is told rumors about the disease. And he's, like, definitive. He's like, all right, I got to leave
He's
them out.
ignoring everything until he hears what's going on and he stops.
Yeah, he's been in seclusion for 3 years. And he's like, wait,
He hears
describe
the
this disease
zombies.
again?
Yeah.
All right, let me go get my shit.
Yeah.
I'll put my shoes on.
Let me get my real pants on. So somebody, so they all go to the boat because he's like, I gotta see this shit.
Yeah, they do like it's like him and like a crew of dudes that, who are those guys? They're his crew.
The time.
Yeah.
Morris Day and the Time.
It's just like a kung fu movie. He's like the Shaolin monk with all his dudes.
Yep.
He's got his own
His
crew.
acolytes.
Yeah.
Those are his black belts.
Yep. And this boat is completely empty, but covered head to mast to floor in
Tits
blood.
to ass.
From the Ruta
That's not
to
a
the
lot of
tutor.
space, actually, but
Yeah, it's gore. It's gore drenched.
yeah. But
It's a real Leslie Gore. It's my party and I'll cry if I want to.
disgusting.
But in ship form. Also, we have a quick shot of like our crew, like Yongshin, Prince Chang, the whole gang, and idiot Governor Cho is like, "Oh, I smell pork cooking from somewhere nearby." Like, apparently, even more than Mu Yong, he's tuned into food.
I really thought that was going to turn into a person. I thought that he was going to be like, oh, it smells like pork cooking. And they get there and someone's like roasting on a spit, but I was wrong.
Yeah, I definitely felt that way too.
Right?
Especially when you hear pork.
Right?
Right.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, these are bad times to assume that pork is pork.
Yeah. It's famine. So they go to this poor, gross, disgusting village and everyone's excited. They're like, we're going to eat and it's so exciting. And they've all got these like huge boxes full of shit and people are like have all these treasures and they're so stoked. And the governor's like, what the fuck, dude? That's mine.
Yeah, they're like, why is there a feast during a famine? And these guys are like, oh, we got paid for doing some shit. It was payment for services rendered. We all worked for this. And they're like, Governor Cho is like, bullshit, this is my shit. You looted this from the ship.
Okay, but where did the bodies go from that ship?
Yeah. Let's cut the bullshit.
Yeah, we don't give a shit. Well, most of us don't give a shit about the treasures and the whatever. Where are the bodies? Oh, it's
right,
cool.
like all of these townspeople are like, fuck, we just got busted for taking noble people's shit. That ain't good.
This is family annihilating
Yes.
crimes.
Yes.
There's like there are very few misdemeanors in this time and place. Like,
There's no slap on the wrist.
if you jaywalk, it might be family annihilating.
It's dishonor. So the villagers.
Yeah, the villagers like, oh, we buried all the corpses. They were all just corpses. Everyone was already dead. Like, we didn't kill them.
And eaten by animals.
Yeah, they'd been eaten by animals. It was gross, so we buried them.
It was gross.
Yeah, they were
It
like,
was
yuck.
yucky.
P.U.
Grody.
Grodius to the Maximus.
Yep, all those things were said. So they walk them out to this field full of super tall grass. And then they turn around and they're like, look, if anyone finds out that we stole all this shit from you, we're all going to lose our heads, including the children. So we're going to have to kill you.
Yeah, like, we'll take what we have to, if we die today, masking our crime, so be it. But, like, the children shouldn't have to die.
Right. Fair.
Yeah.
And, like Li Chang is like, you do not understand. Everyone is going to die. And he's not explaining very clearly
No,
what the
not at
threat
all.
is. So these guys don't understand that he's not threatening them on his own accord.
It was sad that he didn't see them as a threat too. He could have diplomatically released them of all punishment. He only said I'll lighten the punishment.
Right. Right.
if you just be honest, but he should have just absolved them of all responsibility immediately, knowing the bigger situation.
Well, I mean, like, you got to start your negotiations from a powerful place, I guess.
It
I
seemed
don't
like
know.
It was his privilege was showing again.
His privilege. Yeah. Totally. So these very shifty villagers are like, well, the corpses are buried under your feet. And, like, right then, the sun is setting.
On cue.
Yeah.
The earth moves.
Wow.
Zombies just start popping out. Fucking, first there's 1, then there's 20. Ah!
Yeah. Just aim for the neck, you guys. Aim for the neck.
And Li Chang is extra fucking good with the sword. And, like, the villagers cower. And then it's like a full-on melee. And he's like, if you wish to live, raise your weapons and aim for their necks.
And an awesome battle ensues.
Awesome.
Kick, punch.
But
Zombie.
there's so many of
Rawr.
them. There's way too many of them.
Yes.
Way more than were on the ship.
Yeah,
Oh,
totally.
yeah, for sure.
Because the dudes themselves, the villagers started turning into zombies like on cue, like right away as they were getting bit. But still, the amount they buried was like way more than was on the.
Oh, it had to have been.
Maybe
Yeah.
that was also a pre-existing grave site. And as the zombies were waking up, they like chowed down on some dead bodies and then they reanimated. I don't know if it works that way.
I don't think so.
They just needed more zombies so they could get overrun because you have to.
Yeah.
It couldn't have been
Right.
just a few. They have
That
to
would've
get
been
overrun.
boring.
Totally. So then the fucking cavalry rides in. It's fucking Lord Anyong and his dudes. And Lord Anyong is the biggest fucking badass of them all, fucking taking out zombies like he was born to do it.
They all were. They fucking made short work of that. It's fine.
Right?
It's over. Let's do this.
And so boom, then we're in a flashback. And it's
My notes say, I don't know, life lesson or something.
so Lord Anyong is like not as old as we see him in present day. He's a middle-aged man. And the prince is still a boy. And this is like clearly shortly after the prince's mother has died, and he's scared shitless that he's going to be deposed, and he's a little kid. And Lord Anyang is like, listen, it's true, your mother's dead, and these people do want to depose you, and that is a literal threat to your life. So you got to grow up fast. You have to learn immediately how to protect yourself, and not just for your own sake, but to uphold justice. This is where he gets his values from.
Yeah, he equates the value of his own life with justice itself.
Which, I mean, I think, like, there's something fair to this. Like, there's, you know, he's a little kid, and he has the sovereign right to exist. And beyond that, the people who want to take him down are bad actors.
Yeah.
Like, it's a pretty it is a clear situation.
I mean, what was he, like 7 or something?
Something like that. Yeah.
The age
Hey.
of reason.
Kid, man up, or everyone's gonna die and it's gonna be your fault.
Yeah.
Right.
No-
So
no
I
pressure.
think
Yeah.
I think, but I'm not positive, when we had a brief flashback scene in the last episode, I think that we all interpreted the young prince to be talking to his father, but that figure was in shadow. I think that was actually Lord Anyang
That makes sense.
who said, "You must live."
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
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 So then, boom,
Done.
we flash back to the present day, and the prince and Lord Anyang are like, "Good to see you."
What up?
What
How
up,
long's
what
it
up?
been?
They basically just do that Budweiser commercial.
Over and over. It got really old. It was like 20 minutes long. Stop.
What took you so long?
So, is this when... Yeah, so I guess Lee Chang gave An Young the doctor's journals, right? And he's reading through them. Is that what's going on?
I think that's right. He's like, "I need your help. Here's the proof."
And he's like, oh, he's reading through it. And he's like, you fucking piece of... God damn it.
Well, actually, he doesn't.
No, he
direct-
doesn't look through it, does it?
He-
I thought he doesn't read it.
Oh, I thought he was reading it.
No, I think he takes it, but then he's like, "Prince, you're a mess. Like, have you been
You
sleeping
look
and
like
eating
shit.
right?"
Yeah,
Get the...
because the point was he doesn't need to read it. He already knows everything
Right.
that's happening.
Yeah.
I totally thought that they showed him, like, going through pages and reading it.
Maybe I missed that.
I could be wrong. I'm
so here's the
very
thing,
probably
like-
wrong.
Like, Lord Anyang heard about this disease and immediately snapped into action, and he did exactly what was called for.
Yeah, yeah.
Lord Anyang knows that, like, this shit is true and real.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
He knew it already.
for sure.
And Sobi realized it.
Yeah. Okay, so she's great. She points out to Muyang, it's like, how did those dudes already know exactly what to do? Like, they behave like they already knew everything about zombies and how to dispose them.
Yeah, she posits that maybe An Young has an alliance with Cho, and that's how they know. Did you guys know?
Wait, what?
Nothing.
Muyang asked the prince, like, can we trust that dude?
Oh, yeah, I said, yeah.
Right. So Muyang, privately to the prince, asks him, all right, so are you sure that we can trust Lord Anyang? And Li Chang snaps to the defense of his teacher, his former master, and his dear old friend, and he says he is not to be spoken of this way. Implicit trust.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Now we cut to prison cells at the palace, and we see Lord Hak-Chu observing two prisoners, one of whom has just been given a meal, and the other one is sitting there starving. Like, why the fuck does he get fed and I don't?
I hated this so much.
That was
It
some greasy,
disgusting.
slimy
Oh,
meat. And he
Yeah.
vomit.
it seemed to be the theme of this episode
Yes.
was gorging on slimy, sloppy meat like an animal. Yeah. We got how many? Or the three scenes of
Yeah, we got some real
unbridled
close-ups of
eating.
people stuffing their faces. So Lord Hokju quietly observes while the prisoner that got fed drops, dies, and is reanimated almost instantly, attacks the second prisoner, biting him. That dude dies and immediately arises also. And then it's like Lord Hokju is just like a scientific observer. He's like,
Yeah.
feeding infected flesh to a subject leads to infection. It must be contained.
No shit.
yeah, he was realizing for the first time that it's like instantaneous.
Yeah, he's like,
'Cause he-
okay,
'cause
so
it-
this
'cause
is a
he's only
powerful weapon,
Yeah,
but
he's only aware of how the herb works, how it like slowly brings a
Right.
dead. He's not aware of how eating the flesh makes you go instantaneously into zombie mode. So he's realizing that that's gonna spread like crazy all
Yeah,
across the land.
this is the disease is practically airborne.
Yeah, they show it in a little cartoon map.
Yeah,
You get one
Right?
animated graphic. It was really quick flash. They gave very little airtime to this map.
but I
Seemed out of
love
nowhere.
it. That map is like it's like old World War II movies where you see like
Yeah.
the advancing Nazis
Yeah.
and like the advancing Allies stopping them.
Little Indiana Jones plane going across.
So then, okay, so now it's morning. Back in Sungju, and Youngshin, who grew up there, he goes for a walk in a field, and depending on if you had subtitles on or not, you might not have gotten this
yeah.
detail.
That
So there's
was something
there's
that
a
was
marker
confusing.
in this field that says this is where Governor Anyang and 500 soldiers defeated 30,000 Japanese soldiers.
With 500 soldiers.
Yeah, with just 500 men. I wonder how 500 men beat 30,000. And Lord Anyang, dun dun dun.
That's why he spit on that memorial.
Did he spit on it?
Yeah, that's why I went back to see what it
Oh
said.
fuck! I
Yeah.
didn't notice that.
Yeah, he like looked at it, he side-eyed it, and then he spit on it.
Oh fuck! Oh
Yeah.
man, that's a great fucking detail. I wish I'd noticed that.
Yeah.
So then we have a little flashback within the scene. Youngshin is saying goodbye to a very bloody, bandaged little boy.
That bandage was bullshit. I wasn't doing anything. Who put that on? You stupid little kid.
I want to play mummy. Right? Like, everyone in the village was basically bandaged the exact same way, like a bloody half mummy.
This kid had nose damage.
Mm-hmm.
Bandage right across the nose.
Right. And a toothache, an oldie-timey toothache.
Like Barney Rubble with a toothache and a knot on the top of his head. I've actually had that before. I've been in an ambulance with a...
Wait, where they wrapped your
knot.
head like that?
Yeah.
What
yeah,
happened?
When I got my tooth
Oh,
banged down.
way back, yeah.
Remember that?
Of
Yeah.
course I do. I remember everything
Barney-
about
like
it.
Barney-
It's like, I saw you like 2 days later. It was like right before I moved in with you.
Yeah.
What's the story? Oh,
It,
Long story short, Chris got attacked by a gang that knocked out one of his front teeth.
yikes.
at
Yeah.
Astor Place, yeah. And then I got in the ambulance and they tied to keep my mouth closed, and I had a knot on the top of my head. I
That's
thought it was,
adorable.
yeah, life goals. I may be one of the last people to have a bandage like that living.
It's an ancient practice, so you should be honored.
Time-honored tradition as seen in this show.
And the Flintstones, yeah.
And the Flintstones.
This little kid's begging Youngshin not to leave.
Right. And Youngshin is younger in the flashback. He's about to go off to war or to join the Tiger Squad
Or
or
to
something.
kill a tiger.
Yeah, whatever he does.
Yeah.
He promised, though. He promised you wouldn't leave. Well, you know what, kid? Fuck you. See ya.
Yeah, it's sad to say all that's left of the village are just ruins and graves and nothing else.
Yep.
So Governor Cho, he overhears that the 5 armies are on the march. Like a dude gives him something. Did you guys catch what that was?
No, it's just like a little red pouch, and he was fucking excited as all hell for it.
Yeah, some rider guy comes in and delivers him a red pouch of some import. He thanks him, which is, very kind and patronizing of the noble to speak to the ordinary person in such a way.
Yes, yes.
And he overhears about the 5 armies being on the march, and he's like, dun dun dun.
Yeah, he's like, we gotta get the fuck out.
Yeah, he runs straight to Sobi, and he's like, we gotta get the fuck out of here! The 5 armies are coming! Get the fuck out!
And
she's basically like,
Fuck
you ran already, and you want to run again? You're the biggest fucking loser I've ever met in my fucking life.
Yeah.
She's like, yeah, if you want to run, go ahead. I am not leaving. Bitch.
Yep, that's what the subtitle said. We're at, here's, I think, probably the 3rd scene of gross eating.
Yeah, we're in a brand new place.
Yeah.
We're inside a hall at night.
It's a very wacky place.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's like 30 pregnant women fucking
Gorging
on a feast.
on slime and meat.
Yeah.
And
well, but I mean, it's like good food.
yeah, and it was disgusting to watch.
Yeah, they couldn't contain themselves.
Right. None of them have good table manners. They're all extremely low-born peasants, except for there's just one woman who doesn't fit in with the rest of them, and they all
Dainty.
immediately realize that. And it's Mu Young's wife. She's like, my husband is the prince's guard, and he's off, but he wanted me to stay here for my own good. And they're like, oh, all right, well, that's really nice. Like, welcome. Here, stuff your face.
Yeah. Please ignore me. I'm just a normal person, just like you.
They really laid that on thick. She's so dainty and pretty and delicate. Not like these whores over here eating like cows. Yeah.
So then we see inside the palace, the queen is getting super done up, and then she goes and sits before an assembled like all the important people in the court are there. Mm-hmm. She's this amazing fucking hair.
Oh my god.
Can you describe what's going on with her hair? And also, I guess her special ladies have done up hair too.
No, I can't describe that shit.
Queen Amidala is how you describe it.
Yeah, no, for sure. That was full on inspiration, was all this Chinese royalty, because a giant chunky braid wrapped around her head. There's all these accessories and sticks and gold and all this shit all over her head. I have no idea how that is even done. It's so gorgeous.
She has all these cool super round loop-de-loop curls that are before an era of hairspray, somehow very high on her head. It looks amazing.
Phenomenal. Just amazing, yes.
Hey, did you guys know that back hundreds of years ago in France, when it was a big thing to have super big hair, and Madame Pompidou, for whom the Pompadour is named, one of the ways they made their heads super big with like their hair, they had balloons. But what did you use as a balloon back then? An animal bladder.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, so like the way you made your giant fucking awesome haircut was you had an inflated animal bladder on your head with hair wrapped around it.
I'm saying white
When you
people...
see old-timey portraits of grand dames, that's what you're seeing.
White people smelled the worst back in olden times.
I mean, it's possible that people from you know, not just white countries were
No,
doing
they knew how
similar
to
things.
bathe. White people were like, we don't need to bathe. That's what peasants do.
It's so true.
I'm so
Just
clean.
put powder on each other. Just powder it.
Yeah. I'm going to put dead animals in my hair. I smell awesome.
Not just dead animals, dead animal guts.
Innards. And then blow it up.
With rat farts.
Fucking white people, dude.
So, okay, so the queen has amazing hair. Probably no animals were harmed in the creation of that amazing hairstyle. She sits behind a screen. There's a dude beating a giant drum. And Lord Hakju reads a decree. It's like, he basically breaks down what all the new laws are.
Yeah.
He's like, Li Chang is a traitor. There's a disease spreading. The king has been, like, he's been slightly disabled with a disease. So the queen, in her beneficence, will take up the throne and become the queen regent now. The 5 armies have been sent both to stop the spread of the disease and to stop the rebellion that the traitorous prince has tried to, like, create this uprising. And then we see the 5 armies, like, they're out in the country and they seal the entire Gyeongsang province. Like, they seal a province. You see gates closing and, like, one dude from the army just shoots an arrow as the gate is closing and it just nails one guy.
Yeah, who was running towards the gate. That was wild. That was great.
Yeah, and
Cool arrow shot.
it is a cool arrow shot.
I don't know if I fully understand the sealing off of the province. I don't fully understand
they
how...
think that if they can, like, contain the zombie horde,
Yeah.
it won't come to the rest of the country. But it's like, are there, like, walls set up all the way around the province?
That's what I'm saying.
Do
That's
they
why
have
it's confusing.
that, you know, kind of infrastructure?
I don't know. That's why I was... Because it didn't look like it. It looked like it was just a fort that they
Right.
were closing off.
But I mean, maybe you have partially, like, natural stuff like cliffs and things.
Water.
Anyway, the final thing is, like, anyone who tries to escape the sealed off province will be executed. And that's the end of this episode, and it's fucking dope.
Yep.
Yeah, it's gonna get there's gonna be some zombies in this place at some point. We're gonna get the zombies inside.
You gotta.
Right? There's no question. You can't seal out zombies. If there's one thing I know for sure about zombies
You can't
and
seal
roaches, any control you believe you have is an illusion.
I can't wait to see which one of those disgusting pregnant ladies gives birth first to have the prince lady live. So the queen can steal that baby and say it's hers.
Yep.
Yeah, that's totally what's going on.
They were
Obviously.
like, those ladies were like, I wonder why they just chose all us, like, worthless pregnant women to come feed.
Who cares?
Wonder-
Don't ask questions. Just stuff your fucking face.
You stupid
What?
poor people.
Right, like the answer to I wonder why they let all of us pregnant peasants in here is shut your face. Just put food in your mouth. You idiot.
Because after coming from that prison scene, I thought that it was something way different until it, like, was revealed that they're all pregnant. And then I was like, oh, okay. I get it.
Yeah. The queen has got to have a son one way or another.
Or she's useless.
Yeah.
Her face is annoying to me.
You don't like her face?
I mean, I think it's just her acting. The look on her face is what it...
Oh, right. She looks so superior.
She has a flickable face. You just want to...
She also looks like she's 15, which would be very probable at this time, I would think.
I guess so, right? I mean, first of all, she's the daughter of
Yeah.
that lord. And
Obviously married off.
yeah. That seems like a reasonable thing to think. Like 15.
And she
Seems-
thinks she's better than her father.
Right, like a 15-year-old.
Right. She's
Same.
like, I'm the queen, idiot. It's like,
I
yeah,
murder
sort
people.
of.
Yeah,
But she wins the hair contest.
for sure.
Totally. Oh my God. Any bitches think that they can take me on.
Just look at my hair, you idiots.
So I love every character on the show. They're real, like Lord Hokchu is basically Darth Vader. He's so fucking good.
Yeah.
Like Governor Cho he's the best. He's like, we gotta get the fuck out of here.
He is
little
a
bitch.
caricature. He's great. I hope he doesn't ever run away. I love him.
Yeah, he's got to stick around just so he can constantly say, we've got to run away.
Mu Young
Prince
is
is
a
noble.
cool dude.
What's that?
Young. I looked at his IMDb picture too, and it's very it's funny. He looks like a funny dude.
Oh, you know what? When I turned on Netflix, it started advertising. It knows that I'm watching Kingdom. It's like other shows with cast members from Kingdom. And then it's like, there's like a bunch of sort of paranormal and sci-fi ones, but then there's also lots of like action-y political type things. And then there's just like some office type stuff. And it's like, you see the guy that plays Lee Chang, but he's like a douchey like finance bro.
Yeah, he's a good-looking guy.
Yeah.
I can see that.
Like you know how like Netflix will like, they don't really have proper trailers sometimes, but they'll give you a scene
Yeah.
just like as a taste.
Yeah.
And it's him being such a douche to some woman in the office, and he's like, oh, you look so much better when you look confused, more so than when you smile.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
What?
Right? Is that a line that's working for anyone?
That sounds like a murder line. I hate that.
This is what happened right before that dude was killed.
Guys. Oh my God. We've been talking so long that the fires from the arrows.
Oh my God, the signal fires on the mountaintops, they still burn.
Oh, I thought they were smoldering because it's been lit for so long that it's the next day and it's just smoke because it's smoldering.
You guys.
You guys.
Y'all.
All right, guys. Let's be real. This has been an amazing episode. Unfortunately, that's all the time we have. Thank you so much for joining us. Come back. We've got more.
We do?
Probably.
We will.
I mean, no one knows the future.
That's
It's
true.
inevitable.
Yep.
Yeah. I can't say it now either. Fuck.